always feel like this lighting is a little off. We may have to move rooms, guys. We're in the kitchen, and I'm looking at this on the camera as well as welcome to the cafe, Shay colored only cafe. This is really dark. We're gonna have to come back. I'm coming back on the back deck, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, that's a lot better. The only person that didn't pick up today is Shawanda. Okay, now we're back. Yeah, it is, but I'm gonna wait. Okay, now we should be back. All right. No, we're still When you get to see those bars over there, they're still kind of searching. Mm. All right, let's just kick it off. Maybe we're going to do 30 minutes today anyway. Because it is Friday, y'all. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. And yeah, we definitely have some catch up to do. Screen froze on that.
No, you just need to catch up.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, because it froze on mine. But I wanted to talk. I don't know who is. I don't know who is following this election, but
What election?
the election.
Like the president?
Yeah, they had their
next
first
year, right?
They had next year, but now, like next year, like next November, but now.
Like the primaries, right?
Yeah, but they're like the people are starting to come out to say who's running and that sort of thing.
Trump.
Okay, well, Trump's in jail, and in Fulton County, as a matter of fact, which is like was deemed the worst, literally the worst prison in and that's even over that Mississippi prison, which is interesting.
All right, that's not prison. There's a difference between prison and jail.
Oh, well, he's been arrested he's in a county jail. Yes, that's correct. He is not in prison. He's in a county jail. But the Fulton it's the one of the jails in Fulton was rated the worst in the country.
I don't think it's this one. I think it's the one up here in Chicago.
It was Fulton County.
Atlanta?
Yes. Remember, babe,
Wait, that's where the guy died from the bed bugs,
with the maggots and the bed bugs. Yes. Yeah, and they said they found them in his heart. Could you imagine, like, maggots in your heart? It's crazy. I mean, and I don't know why, but I was under the
how long was he in there dead?
These were maggots that were found in his body when he was alive. Yes. At the autopsy, they found them in his heart, but they had been feasting on his body. Bugs and maggots have been feasting on his body, for months.
Yeah, like that guy told you about the spiders.
Yeah, that was a weird one too. But I don't know. I think growing up, I always thought I didn't realize that maggots actually ate vegetation. I was really spooked out to see maggots eating the oranges the other day. Like I was like,
those
what is that?
Maggots.
Oh, what were they?
Nah, that was what's the name? Larvae.
What?
Like fly larvae and
I saw them moving.
Yeah, they moving. It's they
were nasty.
They move and stuff, but they not.
Yeah, they're not maggots.
Nah,
those aren't maggots. No. Okay, because I thought maggots only ate flesh. So I was like, man, these are some.
If I'm not mistaken, they eat anything that's dying, right?
I thought they only ate meat. Like I really did, and so I was taken aback to see them eating some oranges and corn. I think there was some eggplant in there.
In there? How long?
The corn. Remember that was the corn.
That was supposed to have been taken to the trash.
No, babe, I put it in the same box. We said that, but literally it was the same box as when those oranges were in the front in that box. I just was like, I don't want it out there because it was attracting all of those the wasps and the flying insects.
I don't think that's what it was.
And so I moved it.
They were still there. Even they didn't leave until what's the name left?
Until what? RV left. That's true. I'm sure they were getting used to that stink meat. So I don't even know who is on, but I just want to talk about, because I didn't realize that this was such a thing. Like, Trump has always kind of entertained me or intrigued me, even back when he was on The Apprentice. He's a character, and characters are appealing. I didn't know that Trump has such a black supportive following. That has surprised me. Yeah. I saw that.
Punch him in the mouth.
Yeah, I saw that. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I definitely think, we shouldn't be backing Biden. No way. But the other side of that is not just saying, oh, let's go with somebody who's being treated like which I've heard literally black people say, he being treated like an N, so we got to go with him.
How? Did they bust him in the head with a nightstick? Did he get shot?
Because he's been a victim of
A victim of what?
Of the justice system. No, I've heard. This is what people are saying. So I just kind of want to.
What's going on with the justice system?
I just kind of want to expand upon that, because I do think that this is so like it's very indicative and apparent that we have more than two Americas. Like, let's be very clear. I really think that the next civil war that's going to happen is going to be in the Black community. That's the way I feel about it. And
wait a second. I need clarification. You're talking about like an actual civil war, like with actual bodies, or just us standing around shouting at each other?
All of it. To tell you the truth. All of it.
Civil war between who?
That it'll be maybe young and old, maybe educated and not, maybe academic and street. I do think it's going to be a what do you call it? A dissension in the Black culture, the Black communities, between the boule and none, between the gatekeepers and none. And I think that already we are seeing evidence of systemic practices that are very reflective of racist practices, and we're using them within our own culture and communities. Of course, we all know about the Willie Lynch letters and the way again the boule is moving about, and the way gatekeepers themselves are moving about in our communities. And then we also we apply that to this thing, oh well, if you're not from a certain community, but you're out of town, or if you're not from the country, the US, you're from the islands, or you're from Africa, we already have all of these little areas where we are like, this is not consistent here. We are not unified here and there. And we can always identify, and we can say without a doubt or no hesitation that when it's time for the others to step up and be on code, they're going to be on code. But when it comes to us, it's still she's not from here. He's not from here. He didn't go to school. He's not from this particular family. She's not she's in that certain age group, not in our age group, so she doesn't understand this. He's not the right color. She's not the right complexion. This is already going on in our community, and I think that this Trump situation is going to put it even under a further microscope when it comes to our understanding of the political system, our appreciation of the political system, and our awareness of the significance of our mobilizing and organizing, regardless of the political system. So, I'm going to be very honest. I was a Republican when Trump was elected. I did not vote for him. I did not vote for Hillary either. I couldn't bring myself to do that. As much as I did not think Hillary deserved to win, I could not bring myself to vote for Donald Trump. Um, you know, and I'll say this, even as I want to be, again, I always like to be very honest when we're having these discussions. It was exciting to see a woman that close to holding that highest seat in the office, in the land. It was very, very exciting. And I did get caught up in, I went to a couple of engagements, a couple of speaking engagements and rallies and whatnot. But she's just not appealing. She's not engaging, not exciting. Uh, you know, as little or as even with considering what Barack Obama didn't do for us when it's said and done, I will say this again to the day I am no longer in this realm. He definitely knew how to bring a crowd to his feet. Saw him do it on a number of occasions.
So what that makes him an entertainer?
Yeah, he's very entertaining, very appealing. Because this is
Yeah,
this
we
is
need another one
why
of those.
but I'm saying that to my point that even though I'm just being honest, even though I was very excited about a woman becoming president, when I went to two of those engagements of Hillary's, I just did not have there was not I didn't feel the need. I didn't feel the desire to stand. I didn't feel the desire to even clap on a couple of occasions. I just still remembered her saying that, you know, the whole hot sauce to her purse bullshit. I mean, it's just this this lady was not just because don't get me wrong, honey, I loved me a good pantsuit. Please believe it. And I have been told a time or two I can be stiff. So the conservative approach of her dress and look, that never really bothered me. What bothered me mostly about Hillary, like I said, is just the fact that um, and you could tell that she felt no real reason to engage. She doesn't feel authentic. She just feels super smart, but definitely not authentic. Definitely not authentic, not sincere. And the stance that I've been taking for a while now, especially since holding office and following through on some things that I've said I was going to do. There were some things that I did, and I remember there was a scholarship I was trying to put together for two people that I just was not able to put together, and I ended up losing my own home in the middle of trying to put these scholarships together, and I was just like, that has to take a way back seat. And I remember just feeling horrible about that. Felt like Michael from that episode of The Office where he promised to send that class to the college, and he said, but what happened was the boy that followed him out. He said, if you just let me know how much your books cost. Here's a check. Just let me know how much they cost, and use this check to cover the books. So yes, out of a whole class that he had promised to send to college, he ended up just being able to buy books for one of the students that were going. So I did feel bad about that, but there were definitely other instances where I said that I was going to be there, and I was there. I said that I was going to attend parent-teacher conferences with a couple of my constituents, and I made those meetings. And I mean, I made those meetings after one of my constituents, she broke her leg, so she couldn't drive because usually she would drive and pick me up, and that was the way we kind of rocked out on a couple of these events. But she broke her leg and she couldn't drive, and y'all, I got us a whole I made sure that we had a golf cart service in our community. But I made sure that we had the golf we had that particular service on deck because they used supposed to drop you off and leave you. But I paid them a little extra to make sure that they stayed in the zone. So after we were done with the meeting, I made sure that she got back home, and I went ahead and just, I took the trolley on down. I waited for the trolley and took that on down. But yeah, I made sure that I did what I could do. If someone needed me there at a meeting, I was there. If someone needed me to help fill out some paperwork regarding their housing situation, I did it. if I needed to stand in for someone until they could get into the office and get in line, whether it was for food stamps or from help, some help with their utilities. I did it. I literally did what I could do. So I just didn't feel like from Hillary that was really that was really an interest of hers. And I'm all about that. If you're going to be in an elected position, um, I need to know that you're going to be you're going to care about this shit I'm going through. And you know, I know that's hard to gauge when someone's on a national level. It's not like it's a local office, but I just always feel like I'm a good judge of, intuition. I'm very intuitive and a good judge of character. And I don't feel like Hillary was just ever going to be that way. I feel like, she was always going to be on some pretentious bullshit. And then I found out probably about 3 months prior to the election about how she had literally done all she could do to make sure that Bill Clinton wasn't being uh, consistent with his payments to a child that he had outside of their marriage. And I'm still looking for Danny because I think Danny sounds like an upstanding guy. And I think
Danny's gonna be president in a few years.
There needs to be justice for Danny. There needs to be justice for Danny. So, your take on the Trump, or you want to add something or add a topic?
I'm gonna say that I honestly don't give two shits about no election. I don't care who's running. I'm not keeping track of who's running, who's getting the nomination, none of these things. Biden gets reelected, we fuck. Somebody else comes in, we fuck. So, my my way is to just totally disengage. I don't give two shits. I don't care. Trump would be entertaining, though. I will say that. Trump would be I probably have something to laugh at every other day with Trump. But other than that, this whole system is a joke. And the fact that we just keep on going is even a bigger joke. You people running to the polls thinking they ain't sitting up in their office laughing at y'all. You think they ain't cracking open champagne talking about how we gonna poop on the black folks? Think they ain't laughing at y'all, joking, sipping champagne, caviar, cherries with dipped in chocolate, all that stuff. Sitting in the country clubs, how they gonna take more money out of the hood and put it over here. Yeah, y'all just keep running to the polls. Me, sit right here on my porch with my sunflower seed and chop my wood. That's what I'm gonna do. Maybe occasionally put something on the grill. I don't care.
Well, the next topic is on you.
What are we going to talk about for 4 minutes? Instead, we going to do 30 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you could just if you want to do like an overview or
Oh, you know what? You brought up your boy, half-breed. That was in the White House.
Barack?
Yeah, that guy. So I seen something on YouTube where he was trying to give a speech for Biden, and it was a whole section back there. They wouldn't even let him talk. They kept just saying, "Fuck Joe Biden."
That's right.
Fuck Joe Biden, and he just kept going. It was some kind of Democratic whatever. He was trying to give a speech. He was like, "Oh, no, come on, let me talk," and they wouldn't let him talk. It was awesome. It was awesome. He just kept saying it.
It is
Fuck
awesome.
Joe Biden. I don't know if he actually got the speech on because I kind of scrolled. I laughed.
Yeah.
But I thought that was awesome. But yeah, it's not a.
Joe Biden has just he's been an embarrassment to me, and I am someone that lived through the Trump
You know what?
presidency.
I'm gonna say this. Hold up. I'm gonna say
been
this.
embarrassing.
I'm gonna say this. Look, I remember when Ice Cube said, he had a plan, something to introduce.
Mm-hmm.
I
Talk
forget,
about it.
I forget the actual details.
Yeah.
Biden and his crew decided, they told him, we're gonna wait till after the election.
Yeah.
Right? Trump didn't go personally, but he sent reps. Said, all right, what you got? This is during, the campaign or whatever. He took time out to send somebody over there to holler at Q. Right? Biden still ain't revisit that. Here it is. He about to run for a whole nother term. He said, no, after the election. He still ain't revisit that.
Yeah.
So you stupid asses keep running to the polls and vote for that man.
Yeah.
He didn't even have the decency to actually send somebody afterwards. Y'all see what y'all want about Trump. But I'm gonna say this too. Biden is such a weak ass president. His whole administration is so weak. When he calls somebody, they don't even answer his calls. I seen an article. I read an article from someone came across my feed. One of them I don't know, one of the newspaper things I got on the phone. I don't even know which one it is. But he called somebody, another country leader, prime minister, whatever. They didn't even bother to answer, pick up the phone, return a call, none of that shit. This is how weak this dude is. This is crazy. You telling me you make a personal phone call. I mean, I don't even know how this leaked out, but it did. It got out. But I'm trying to remember who he's trying to call. But they didn't even answer. They didn't return the call, none of these things. Now I understand that, things happen when you run in countries and things like that. But the president of the United States of America calls you. Now, here's the difference. Trump called, I guarantee you they gonna answer that phone. They're gonna get a call back. Something gonna happen. Biden sitting there talking about who gonna change his pamper. Still waiting for that phone call. This shows you just how weak this administration is, man. Just how weak Biden is. And this fake half-breed they got running around up in there perpetrating like she black. And she ain't nothing black about this bro. Ain't nothing black about her. Ain't nothing black about her. I don't even know how that even came about. The last name Harris? Is that it? Like how did that come about? Because she's like what is she, like Egyptian and cracker?
No.
What is she?
And Egyptian is African, but
no,
she's
I'm talking
Jamaican.
about she's
Jamaican
her father's
and
white
Indian. Though. No, her father is Indian.
Indian, and the mother's white.
No, Jamaican.
No. Something up in there. Yeah. It don't even matter. She's a fraud. She's prosecuted. Her Biden, them two alone probably did more damage to the black community than Trump ever did. And you stupid asses ran up there and voted for her. And yeah, I hope I offended everybody that cast the vote for her. Y'all stupid as hell.
Yeah.
I'm not holding no more punches back for nothing. I'm not holding my tongue. I don't care who get offended. You don't like it, guess what, you can kiss. Yeah, that's how it's going down from now on. I don't care who get offended, man. Y'all dumb as hell. And I want y'all to know something. For all of y'all that sit around and talk about, well, if you vote for the Republicans, the slavery this and that all the so goofy garbage.
Yeah.
2022. What was it? 7 states? 6 states? What was it? How many states?
6.
6 states had a vote on slavery. 2022. If you think we ain't already screwed up and y'all got y'all guy in office, you think we ain't already screwed? Man, y'all in for a rude awakening. Y'all better be doing that.
They're going fast.
Yeah, in for a rude awakening if y'all think the this thing and already screwed up. 2012. I want y'all to actually think about that. We in 2022. Not now, but when this vote happened, 2022, and it was a vote in multiple states on slavery. Slavery. Really? I want y'all to really think about that. Think about that. We've been voting since 1965. We still voting on slavery? Yeah. Yeah. I want to know something. Mississippi, you know what? How many of y'all, they say, listen, all you Negroes is going back into these fields. Y'all gonna pick this cotton, y'all gonna pick this corn, pick whatever. You're going back into these fields, you're going back to these factories. We ain't paying y'all, we ain't doing none of this. How many of y'all gonna go? How many of y'all gonna go? How many of y'all gonna stand and fight? How many of y'all gonna bleed? Or just say, nah, I'll just go ahead and pick that cotton, boss. Huh? How many of y'all? How many of y'all true warriors? Huh? How many of y'all got any fight in you? How about that? You ain't got to be a warrior. You got to be a soldier. Do you have any fight left in you? How about that? How many of y'all gonna go ahead and put them shackles back on? Tell me. How many of y'all gonna change that name to Toby? Huh? Yeah. The boys come with the whips and chains again. See how woke y'all really are. I'm done.
All right, y'all. So I didn't really have too much to add to any kind of like relationship component. Just the last thing I heard about the Keke Palmer thing was pretty much it. But I do think that we absolutely, as a people, as a culture, community, and a diaspora, we do need to start paying a lot more attention to our relationships because, again, this is what makes our families, and your family is like the first business you'll ever have and the first army you're ever a part of. It's your family. So we got to start looking at how that's strengthened. And I think that will be a very good topic for a bridging the gap. Bring your own brunch in the near future. And we're going to talk a little more about that next time. But until then, y'all know where to find us and y'all know when to find us. 721. Remember, we will be on tomorrow. And I know y'all have not doubled up and coming up in here. And we about to end. But look for us on 721 tomorrow. And of course, we will not be back on Sunday. But definitely, let's make sure that we are keeping in touch. Please comment on this video. Even if you aren't watching it in the live, leave a comment in the section so I can make sure that I follow up with you via email and we can start, keeping in better communication because y'all, this is also what's so important and significant. We can't just be having all of these online connections, y'all. Some of these have got to develop into some physical organization. So let's commit to doing that. Go ahead and make sure you drop your email address. Until next time.